All right, welcome back. This is OSG Development RedM Tutorial Series Part 5. In the last series, we went over some basic now creating our collisions, and then we worked on our portals for the entrance inside here. So we had the template right here for the portals, and then as you can see, these are the portals. We went over the Y type here, so we have the different sections. We attached the limbo to 0 and the room to 1. We went and we made all the 12 portals, and we went from there. In this series, we went also through the BVH, making sure everything's all sitting at zeros and that there's no issues there with our collisions. All right, so I'm just gonna quickly move my logo just a little bit. Maybe give me a second while I adjust this. Okay. All right, so now we moved our logo up around here. We will now just resize it. Give me a second. Sorry. All right, so now you can get a better view of how your transform should look there. All right, so now what we have is that we will just quickly hide this, and what we will be working on today is actually, so this is the shell. I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna just show the shell. We got the details in there, and as you can see, last that I fixed up the gaps in the door frames here, so there's no more gaps anymore. So that should look better in game. We will show that later on once we test this in the game. Again, just making sure everything must be blue on the inside and red on the outside, so this will not be shown inside the game. All right, so now we have the same with the exterior. So the windows are showing red outside, which is fine. It's more of the inside. The frames must be showing blue for this. This red here will not matter because it's going to be covered by our shell. All right, so now that we will then start to looking at, maybe we're going to start looking at these door frames, okay? So these are the door frames that came with the model. Now some of them shows red on the outside and blue, so we have some door frames here as well. And from there, we will just now start to think about how we're going to do this. Okay, so we're going to unhide our shell. Okay, we don't need face orientation for now. And then we will also look at this, the exterior as well. So we will actually just going to go ahead and hide... I'm going to just hide the collisions for this because we won't really need it there. This is just so we can get a better look at how these doors will fit inside of these frames. Now they all look pretty good here, but we will have to model this door frame, these doors. So gonna quickly just go over some basic things. So looks like we have like a face that's here, so I'm just gonna select all, and maybe I will then maybe just like duplicate this here. So let me just look at this face orientation for a second. So inside is blue, outside is red, and so we're gonna just come here and just a little closer. So I'm not sure why it's like this, but we'll figure this out. So just looking at everything here, I'm going to select all that door frame. Okay, and then I'm going to just like duplicate this, Shift D, and I'm just going to bring that out a tiny bit, and then just maybe adjust it here. We'll adjust the door handles afterwards. We need to flip this because it needs to be blue on both inside and outside. All right, and so that looks pretty good there. So we should be okay on here. And what we'll need to do now is come over here to the handle. I'm gonna go into edit mode and then just try to get a little bit closer. And I'm gonna just selecting the control everything for this door handle. As we now are duplicated, I can't see too much here, so one way that doing this is if you do the slash on your keyboard, it will isolate this so you can just focus on the one item that you are working on, so you can basically minimize everything else and you're just only now focusing on here. So I'm just going in here and grabbing all these extra faces and just trying to fill as much as possible. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and hit Shift D. Okay, so we're duplicating that, and then I'm gonna come up here into my mesh, and I will mirror this on the Y. All right, so that's let me just look at this for a second. So let's just move this way. We'll have to maybe, we'll definitely have to flip this. So let's just quickly flip that. So we're now mirroring everything out as the other side. And let me just quickly get a little bit closer if I need to bring it more out or in here. And I think I need to move this a little bit, so I think I might have to isolate that as well so that I can try to get a better view, because I would put it a little too close. So I'll just trying to find the different parts of this handle here, and just seeing what we can do. All right, so I was trying to do Control Z to try to step back to seeing if I can get it, but it's not working. So I'm just gonna have to guess everything right now, and it seems to be okay. Let me just grab all these pieces here. Grab the inside as well. We flip around, grab all of that. Okay, everything seems to be fine. So now if I drag that out, that should be okay. We can make some more adjustments, so we'll just roughly around there. So we have a handle on the inside and the outside as well. All right, so now we're just gonna get off edit mode. We're gonna come now to the frame, and we will basically now start to modeling this frame. Something seems to be not right, so I'm just gonna quickly isolate this and figure this out. Seems like there may be two faces. Yeah, so there seems to be some duplicated faces here. So we're gonna just quickly look at this, and maybe we don't need this one. Yeah, let's actually move it. Let's work on the other one instead. We're just gonna get rid of these faces here, and then from here, let's just come back and look at this again. So we'll have to make some adjustments, bring this forward a tiny bit. And then we'll probably have to do the same for this other side as well. Make some adjustments so we can kind of see what the door frame should look like. All right, so from here it kind of looks okay. It is matching everything. So let's just go back into isolation mode. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select edge here. And let me just get off face orientation so I can see this properly. We gotta select that edge, and we will also select these two edges down here. And we're gonna hit F for fill. We're just gonna go around and we'll fix all these textures afterward. Hit F for fill as well. These are pretty much just how standard doors kind of look like. The details are is all coming from the shader that we have here for that. So I'm gonna just open up my little tool here. I believe I shared this on my Discord. It's a free add-on plugin, so you can feel free to use. I'm just gonna come down and grab the name of this diffuse shader here, and I will just come over here and see how it looks. Okay, so that's the door. So I'm going to probably just make some adjustments here. I'll select data here and then rotate that there, and then I'll just move it into like a brown piece of the wood. I would just continue and going around different parts, and then just moving everything accordingly. Yeah, go ahead and hit normal. And select all and rotate for that. Bring this a little bit over here somewhat. And lastly, that one as well. Set normal and then rotate this as well. All right, let's just quickly have a look. Now this type of stuff you're not going to really see too much in game, but maybe it all depends. But we'll just make a little adjustments here and there. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. All right, so now we can get off of isolation mode and we can come back to our model, and we can now look at everything and see if everything is matching up, and everything is so far looking okay of how a door frame will look. We won't really worry about these doors. What we will do is we're going to focus on that one door that we just modeled. So in fact, let's just get rid of these. We can delete this completely. Get rid of that one as well. We'll delete that. We'll grab that to handle in a second. We'll just delete this door as well. We'll select our door handles. Go into face select. Now, if you want, you can just go into X-ray, so you can get a better view. So we know that there's two handles. So if I select all that, that should now be able to delete everything. So if we look and just confirm, these are the door handles that should be that. So just let me quickly have a quick look at this and see if the textures are looking okay. So let me just go into edit mode, and then I'm just going to select a face to get a little bit closer. And it seems like this handle's a little bit off. So let me just quickly have a look at this and see how it looked. All right, so we're just gonna paste that there. So got this handle here and it's looking a little weird. So we got that section, it looks okay. We now just you want to texture it the way you feel, how you want to have it look. So I'm just like kind of like looking and just seeing everything according to this piece of metal that is there. So we got a little bit of something here. So I'm going to continue just trying to figure out this UV wrap, just seeing what looks best there. There's different types of UV, so that kind of looks terrible right now. Not really liking that too much. So let's have a look a little bit closer, and I can try to maybe make a different UV wrap and see. So we got this side here, which is the circle. We go smart. It kind of opens up everywhere. What else we have? We can just try to say. Let's see what else we can do here. Let me make a little adjustments here and see. All right, so you know what I'll do is that I will just see in different parts of this. Not that one, no. Okay. No, not that button. So if we hit U and then say unwrap, that will be like this. And if we did cube, it kind of makes it so ugly. Here, if we did smart, let's see what smart looks like. Yeah, that's the same thing as before. So that's not really what I really want to do. Now, the thing is that sometimes with these textures, we don't know how everything will be. Just gotta play around with everything and just kind of see what is best for you. Definitely not cylinder. Sphere. Let's see. Now you can see some edges in there. Now, alternatively, we can just like, you know what, we can get rid of this. So we can actually just start selecting all these faces here. And let's just actually delete that. And what I'll do is from here is I'll select everything from this side. Grab all that and this and just grab the whole thing right there. And I should say, you know, Shift D, duplicate that. And then let's separate this. Okay, now we can try to locate which one it is. So it's number, let's see, I think it's number this one. All right, so that's a duplicate. I'm just gonna set my origin so I can see it, and then we can move it here. Now, the thing is, if you start moving thing inside edit mode, you'll start to destroy the textures, right? But overall, I think this should be fine. Let me just. It's gonna be very minimum notice of anything, anyways, when you're in game. So we're not gonna see a whole lot of this handout. So, all right, so join those two together. And now basically we can now look at this. What we got is the door. So we're gonna just double check. We got our transforms are good. So we can pretty much now maybe just join these together as one. So that's gonna be one frame. And then right now we can look at maybe changing the name of this door itself. So yeah, we'll just call it like this, and then with the door. That should be fine. So next, what we'll want to do is we're going to go inside to Codex there, and we will, let me just open up Codex for a second. Codex 28, and this just Codex alone. All right, so now Codex is open. We'll open RedM start. And we'll get the Explorer open as well at the same time, because we'll need the Explorer along with the Codex. I'm just going to close off these past projects here. I don't need them right now. Okay. So now with the Codex opened, we will then now basically we're going to go and look for a similar door to that particular door, something that is already used in game, so we can basically now work off of that type of door that's inside the game. So just see, like maybe I might have a previous door, so I'm just kind of looking to see if I had no, I don't have any other doors, so that's fine. So we're just gonna come over here and we'll go over here to Valentine's here, and we'll have a quick peek around and seeing what kind of door we can use. So that door is a straight wooden door, no glass. So this door definitely will not work because that has glass and that. So let's just kind of have a look over here. I think I'm liking this door right here. So let me just grab this, the name of this door. All right, so this door should be, let me see. Just grab that name. And we're gonna come over here to our Codex Explorer and pasting that door frame, that door inside our Codex. So I'm just gonna choose this drawable right here, just double check and confirming that is the door. So yeah, that looks like it's the door. All right, and then we can go ahead and export this out. We'll find a folder where we will go and put this in. So we'll go up to my tutorial folder, and then I will put this into its own folder. So let me just create a folder, call this door. All right, inside that I'm going to make another folder, and I'm going to call this maybe Codex. All right, Codex door. And I'm just going to create another as folder for my Blender export there. So Blender door. Inside my Codex, I'm just going to go inside and I'll just create another folder called XML. This is how I normally tend to do it. I like to kind of keep it organized and everything. So select folder and then just grab that and paste this down here so we get the textures. We can close off that, and then what we will do now is come back over here to Blender, and I will basically now create a new collection. I'm gonna call this Codex Store. Just want to keep this kind of separate from anything else for anything, so I kind of like to keep myself organized there. It's totally up to you if you want to do that kind of stuff. So locate my door and go into my XML and selecting that. All right, so now within this door here, we have our collisions are on the bottom. Now we can't see because we have the house model here. So let me just go ahead, hide the house, and then we're gonna hide the shell as well. And this is pretty much the door. All right, so now with this door here, we have some pieces in here that are crucial. So we have our model itself, which contains the container. This part will basically allow you to open up the door, so you can see it's kind of like in the center of that door. That is the way the direction of the door will swing open and close. We have the different collisions in here. So what we'll need to do is maybe just let's bring this door a little bit over as much as possible, and then we'll bring this down, and then we'll rotate this basically here. And then we'll try to line this up as much as possible to the other door here. All right, so looking at this, we'll may have to make tiny adjustments here, and then just seeing how much we can basically look at when we're doing adjustments. Now it doesn't have to be too accurate, but just enough so that when we get that that door hinge on the bottom, we will basically there. So don't forget to make sure you're clearing all your locations and rotations there anytime you make any moves. All right, so inside here we have the door, and so what we're gonna do is get basically some parts of this. We're going to take this model and we will now actually join this into the other door, and then from there we will start working on our bone, what needs to be done. We'll make any adjustments to our collisions that need to be we need to do part of the door, because we're actually going to use the previous collisions from the other door that we just took from the game. All right, so we'll just from here we have from here, this is the model. So we will basically now look at this. So let me just hide this other door for a second, and then And what we'll do is hide the collisions. That's fine because we're not going to worry about the collisions. So that's the game model door. And if you had any missing texture, you want to make sure it's up to you to find any missing textures, just kind of like so you can see it properly. It won't really matter because we're not going to use this model here. We're going to actually be replacing this model here. Okay, so you have inside is the top. So the top is what we'll change that name afterwards. So we're not going to use that name. We have the door and the door bone, which we'll explain over that in a little bit. And then we have our collisions right here. Right, and inside each collision, we don't have to worry about how they have the rotations are not the transforms are not zeros. That's fine. It's mainly the top part's gonna really matter there. All right, so we will quickly have a peek at this, and then from here. All right, so down here, this is the model that we just did. You want to try to get as close as possible as you can. So just making that there. So we may want to try to get as centered in that little piece on the left hand corner right here. We want to make some slight adjustments here. Want to center this as much as possible to that this part right here. So that should be okay. So we have our skeleton, which is the connecting to the bone of our handle here. All right. So now with that, we are going to basically now take this and we will drag this into this model here. Okay, then if it didn't, we just drag it again and boom, it drops right in. And we have this model here. So we will basically now grab this and we're gonna add like a 001 or something like that, so that basically when we name our top one, it doesn't give us a 001. So we're gonna grab that name here, replace that name. All right, and then from here we have some stuff in here we're gonna look at what we need. Right, so there's different parts in here that what we'll need to part of the store. All right, so we have gonna just open up here, and as you can see, we just only have our textures and our modifiers, right? So in here that's our textures. We'll have to make sure we're gonna export these textures out later on. So in here we have the constraints here, and then basically the bone, like it says copy of constraints, but what we would do is that we are going to actually gonna recreate this here. So we're not going to actually use this one, so we can go ahead and just hit delete. We won't need this, and from here we're going to just go hit child of. We're going to select child of in the right hand corner, so down here in the bottom right corner right here. All right, and so the child of we going to make sure that the target is going to be the actual door. If it doesn't work there, then what we have to do is that we're going to basically taking that target here, and then we're gonna basically go straight to the top right here, and that's our target. Now we have the bone. All right, so there's two bones in here. We have the 33 and we have the doorknob bone. So we're not going to use this one because, as you can see, it goes away. So that's not the one we're going to do. Right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to select the bone, what do you call that, 33. So we're going to select that is going to be our bone. Okay, and here we have our door bone, right? So we're gonna have to make some adjustments to our door bone itself, where it's going to be. So with that being said, we can come in here and then we're going to go into basically edit mode, selecting that here and zoom in. If you need to, you can select that, and we're gonna make some adjustments here to try to center this. This is the animation of the character coming to the door and grabbing the handle and opening the door here. We're gonna just try to center this a little bit better, something like that. That should be okay. All right, so now with that, we are good for here. We will then allow work on our collisions for this model here. So we have the door, just double checking that everything is correct with the target and the bone of that. And we will then look at this is the material. So right now we can go ahead and we can actually just use this using 7 Life's texture tool here. We're gonna go up to the door folder. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna create a folder for our texture. So we're gonna say txt, like door txt. And we can go ahead and extract. So we extracted that. We'll just confirm that those textures are in there. Okay, let me just look at this for a second. So we got the tutorial folder down here. And inside door, blender, and door. And here's all the textures that we will need. All right. Now we have those textures. We can now unhide the collisions and then start to seeing what we have for our collisions here. Now we can't really see the collisions, so what we have to do is figure out which one is what. Getting a better view in here. So we have this collision, which is a metal, right? And we have what else we have here? So I have to make maybe a tiny adjustment. So it's up to you how you want to do this. So let me just grab the same name here, and I'm gonna just replace that name down here with a COL. So I know that that is the door. So we can just hide this. All right. So we have this part. We're gonna have to make some adjustments as well. All right, so you can go into like edit mode if you want, and or you just make a little adjustments here. Go in edit mode, go to face, and we can just maybe bring this out a tiny bit here, so it's still containing the collisions. We'll just make a slight adjustments. We don't need them resize or anything, but we'll just make a tiny bit of adjustments right here. That should be fine on both sides. It's it's not a huge issue. It's just gonna basically, yeah, it's just for collision, so that little gap right here won't really matter. And then now we have the door frame itself. So we have, sorry, the door is collision. So we have to make some adjustments up here a little bit. And we will just tiny bit over here as well. And both sides will have to be a little bit bigger. Grab this face, move that out. Maybe bring this down a little bit up, and right there, actually, that's better. Bring this face just a little bit out, and then let's just check the bottom. These are minor things. You really don't have to do too much here. It doesn't really matter. So we got that. And again, so each one has its own. We have the small wood metals that transforms, can stay as is on the bound boxes here. All right, so that should be fine. The top should be 0. All right, so from here. Yeah, I think that one should be fine. I've done it before when it's moved. It's mainly the top one, so we're just gonna collapse everything here. Just gonna double check. We have our doorknob bone, right? So should be okay with everything here. All right, just double check and make sure we have everything. We have our different composite flags for every bone. Every bound box. So each bound box will have its own composite flags here. So basically, you have different flags will be for different bound boxes that we have. So that's something to keep in mind on that. So if there was any glass in here or whatever too, we'd also want to make sure that that's material is glass. All right, and from here we have our we got the wood. And then what else? We have small here. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, so from there, we're going to just hit select hierarchy, basically. And we will come up and we will go file and export for Codewalker, selecting our folder that we had, and this should be fine in here. And we're going to export this with the Y type. Okay, so we're going to export that with our Y type. So that's pretty fast. Now now it's time to basically open up our Codex Explorer, and we will now open our stream folder for this model that we're working on. So locating this inside our server here, we have the folder, and we'll look for the OSG House 01. Whatever you named it, that's fine. In here, I'm going to create a new folder and call this door. Yeah, that should be fine. Door, and inside, so that's fine. Just going to select that, go out, and then come in here. Don't forget to go into edit mode, hit yes, and go ahead and hit import. We'll now locate our tutorial folder. We have our doors, we have our blender, and we're just gonna do the YDR and import that. Let's quickly have a look at everything so that looks good, and we can just double check our physics as well, and we can see our physics. All right, so on the top you can see that the physics is not quite there. So there's actually a little trick that I forgot to show earlier, and I actually forgot to do while I was inside of Blender. Okay, so now with that, we will just quickly come back into Blender, and we're gonna selecting this here. So anytime you're inside of a mesh of some kind, and you're in edit mode and you're making any adjustments to that, I'm just gonna back up a tiny bit here and just seeing my steps that I was kind of doing here. All right, so while you're in edit mode, what you gotta do is that we will open up Solemns, and we will come up here to our general and expand this. Now we're gonna selecting now this is actually not polymesh because when I try to export this out, it's actually gonna give me an error. And let me just did I make any edits here? I did. So let me just make a tiny bit edits here. And I'm gonna set that before going out of edit mode. But as you can see in a few seconds, when I go ahead and try to export this, that actually I'm gonna get an error while exporting this out. Same folder, it's fine. Same Y type, it's okay. And there we go. So that this is the error I wanted to show you guys. That this is bound type. It cannot be a bound polymesh. Okay, so that is the key thing when I was selecting the mesh inside of Solemns. So that's fine. So we're gonna just change this over to a bound, I believe bound box. All right, so selecting bound box, I accidentally selected bound mesh. This is not a bound mesh, this is actually a bound box there, or bound geometry. It's either one, I think. Again, we got to play around with it. I can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure it should be bound box there. But let me just try this one first and see if I get any errors at all. So let me just step back a few steps here, and we will just kind of make a tiny bit adjustments here so it knows that I did something. And we will come back down here, and I will do that one. And before coming off of edit mode, just make sure you hit set Solemns type. Okay, and then you can go off of edit mode. I'm just gonna quickly come here to this one because I know I made some adjustments. So let me just kind of make an adjustment there. That should be fine. Set the bound geometry. Now I should be able to selecting this, and I should be able to export this out with Y type, and there we go. We didn't have any errors, so that's fine. Coming back over here, I am just gonna go ahead and re-import that YDR again. We will just double check our collisions to make sure they are good. So that's perfect. Now that's how the collisions were earlier. We had a little gap in the top. I mean, wouldn't really matter too much, but still we want to do that. So now we're gonna create a YTD. So we're just gonna grab the name of this door, and we'll go and create a YTD. Okay, and then locating your textures where you exported them out. We're just gonna select all this and gonna go ahead and hit open and save that. All right, and then we will also need a Y type as well. So we're just gonna paste our Y type here. Now there's gonna be some adjustments, some stuff we're gonna have to do on our Y type. I have the templates located on my Discord in documents template folder. All right, and so that is important. So let's just quickly have a look at this Y type here and see what we have to do. So we know that we have the name here, and it needs to be the same name pretty much everywhere we have. Okay, and let me just look at this templates here. Let me grab these templates. So we have this template right here, which is, I think this is going to be for our actual door placements, and that's again the door placements as well. These are just all previous doors, and we'll explain how to place this properly here. But these are the I will be providing the one on the left hand side, not this one. This is my duplicated copy that I use all the time, so I'm not messing up the original file. So this is the file that we need, so we won't need this one right now. So let me just have a look at this. Okay, so this one we will not need. Yeah, we don't need this one and that one right now, so let's close off that one. No, I don't need to save that. That's fine. So we'll keep this one on the side for later on. We'll explain that one in a few minutes here. All right, so just bring that. So this is what the game Blender had gave us to the left, and this is what we're gonna need to fill on the right hand side. All right, so with that, we're going to basically copy some information, and we will figuring out. So this is our flag that we'll need. Basically, that's one very important part, is that this flag. And what we'll do is we'll grab the BB radius to the BB min, copy that, and then we'll come over here and replace all of that. That should be fine. We'll grab the name and hit Control F, and then let's just replace that. Fine. We have also some other parts, so we have the asset name here as well, and we have the physical dictionary as well. So I think that should be fine. Replace those. We have the look. Okay, so we don't need txt because we didn't call it txt, so we'll delete that from here. And from here, what we will do is we will look Control C on that. We've got a copy of that. So now we open up our Y type here. And from here, what you're gonna have to do is the architecture definition type. Here we're actually gonna we will need to have this, so let's go ahead and make some edits here. So let's remove this close over here, grab the whole name here, copy, and then space that down a little bit, paste it down to, and don't forget to add the slash at the beginning. So now with that, we can grab this whole part here, and then we can basically go ahead and pasting that information in here, and then that should be fine. So as long as it's in between that, so we're just gonna double check the names, so making sure we have everything's good. We have different audio sounds that will come part of this store. All right, so now what we will need to do is actually so yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna close off of some stuff, because you know what, we just go ahead and open up my stream folder, And you can work out of the stream folder, or you can work out of the folder itself. It's up to you. So I like to work out of the full folder. We don't need to save this, it's fine. All right, so in here, we're gonna just come down to our OSG 01 house here. So let me just quickly find it for a second. All right, so we got the house, we got our FX manifest. So we need to basically call this that door on our FX manifest. Okay. Just basically like how the house we called the house earlier, the exterior house we called that on our FX manifest. So we're gonna go ahead and just grab the name of this, and then so Control C on that for copying. And then we'll just give it a couple of spaces. I'm gonna put a couple. I'm just gonna put a hash, like something for me, so I know this is like doors, and I paste this in here. So we have it in our stream folder, and we have it into our door folder. So right now, we'll just let me just grab that name here. And so we're gonna just quickly just put the stream door, and then now from here we can just delete all that previous one and pasting it there. So whatever folder you have, just make sure that it's in the folder structure. So we have the door inside the stream folder. All right, so you have to make sure that's called onto the FX manifest here. If not, it will not load in for you in the game at all. All right, and from here, I believe everything should be fine. So let me go ahead and restart my server. And then while this is restarting, we're just gonna go and actually we just so my server was not wasn't running earlier, so I'm actually gonna quickly open up my server here and start it up right now. Now sometimes give it a few seconds. It takes some time for your server to boot up, but as you can see, it's booting up here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, please, and also join my Discord. We have some many resources on the Discord for you guys to check out, and we always have our help channel. Don't forget to go in here and save your project as well. Just making sure that we have everything saved using my program. I know it's green, so I know it's saved.
So as we're waiting for this to start, I'd like to thank everybody for checking out my videos and giving me the support you guys do. This is really appreciated. Thank you. We're hoping to make some more series down the road. Probably do some like other basic stuff there, part of this RedM modeling and everything like that. So please like and subscribe. So we got just want to go over, make sure we got everything over here. So in our stream folder, we have some information. Now, when for you to see this in like Spoonie or something like that, you need to make sure that you go and locate your data folder, and then to RDR3, and then right here you'll see that you can add information in here if you want to add that door there, so it makes it easier when you're in the searching for that inside the game. All right, so there's we got here, we got the Y type. I'm just gonna grab the name. So it makes it easier for me. So when I'm in the game, I can be able to spawn that. I'm just gonna close off this F8 and then go ahead and log in. All right, so just had a previous project here, so let me quickly teleport over to Blackwater. So I'll just pick this random location here. I don't have it streaming right now on my server, on my local server, but on my server itself, I do have that area running. So okay, so we get over here. We can notice that we gotta probably have to change some distance, load distance here, but that's fine. We'll figure that out later on. All right, so we have these this here. So now I'm gonna just open up Spoonie for a second here, and I'm gonna paste that name. It's not gonna pop in the list here, but we can go ahead and spawn this. All right, so there's the pivot point to where the door will basically swing open and close here. And let's just check our collisions. So I'm not able to open it or anything like that, but the collisions do seem pretty good. So we're good on that aspect here. So now let me just go ahead and start placing these inside the frames here. So we'll basically show you how to properly place this into a MLO here. So just coming along, I'm just gonna make these small little adjustments here, just trying to do the best as I can. So you guys place the doors however you want to place them, but I'm just gonna go ahead and work along that. Now that we have placed the doors here, so we can basically come around and have a look and make sure everything is lined up properly. Just making sure that any of these places have any gaps. So now it's time to basically export this out. So we're going to export this out into a Y map. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all this, Control A, Control C on that. Come over to my Visual Studio. So we're just going to go ahead and hit New. We're going to just do a file here and paste that Y map here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to save this Y map in a spot that we know where this Y map is. So let me just go back to go to my desktop actually, and we'll go into the tutorial folder, and we can just go in here, and I'm gonna create a folder called like maybe Y maps or something like that. So and in that folder, we're going to create another folder, and we'll call this, let's say, doors. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll just make sure that this is just changed here, and I'm going to put door dot ymap. And that should, I think I forgot to put it inside, but let's go ahead and just close off here. We don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and quit out of RedM. All right, so what we will need to do is that we will basically go ahead and locate. Let me look at this for a second. Figure that out for a second. Sorry. Alright, I'm just gonna select this stream folder, and then we can go ahead and we're going to just trying to remember just a second. Yeah, so I noticed that I forgot to import to this YDR from earlier. I had fixed up some the YDR stuff for the actual shell. itself, because again, I know I fixed it, so as you can see that's all fixed. So but when I was in game, it was not. So let me go ahead and quickly export this out again. Just want to make sure that we're in the right folder. Just go into the shell collision. We don't need this Y type here, so we can actually uncheck that. And I'm just gonna re-import this YDR here. I'm just gonna make sure this is the proper one. Come back over here to my my exporter folder, and yeah, so this is just want to import that YDR for the shell for the changes that I had done. So we can just click. I just want to have a quick look around inside, and everything seems to be good. So we're good on that part here. We can just you know what, let's go over to Blackwater. I was just grabbing the door from here, so we'll head over to Blackwater where this location will be. So we're prepared and ready to go. All right, let me just go ahead and open up this my stream folder. That's not the one. Let me just go down to the OSG house 01. And there we go. Just select that there. So right now, currently the doors are not there because we have not attached this to our Y type, but that's pretty much the fixed version of that door frame. And over here as well, just wanted to confirm those doors those door frames were fixed with that there. So all right, so now we're going to do some stuff now to making this fit with our model here. All right, so you'll need to basically have this program. All links and information will be shared on my Discord. So this is a paid Patreon add-on that you will need to get. It's up to you if you want to support him every month or just a one-time support. But this is the Patreon over here. It's not very expensive. This is like so I'm in Canadian dollar. So the prices may vary according to where you are, but we got the different memberships like for $6 a month, 10.50, or even 13 Canadian. I don't know the conversion of where you are located, whether you're in US or in Europe, whatever, but that's you can feel free to check out his site and subscribe for a month if you like, or continue subscribing because he's always doing updates there. All right, so now with that we're going to basically open up our MLO Entities Pro. And part of this MLO Entity Pros, we need to have the Y type for the shell that we were working on, the int Milo, the manifest, and the Y map folder that we just put the doors in. Right, so we're gonna come over here to here, so we know that we need to have the int Milo here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and export this out. Just gonna come up over to my what do you call that folder where I was saving the Y map. Okay, so that should have actually been inside. So let me just go ahead and quickly move that quickly into the other folder. Give me a second. This is the Y maps. We're gonna take yeah, that's just empty. So I'm gonna make sure that is in that folder. Very important to make sure you have everything organized and structure wise. So now there we go. So we're gonna export the int Milo Y map along with the manifest for the shell, not the exterior manifest, but the interior manifest as well. So we're gonna export that. along with our Y type for our for the portals and everything. We're going to export that as well. Okay, once all that has been exported, we can go ahead now and open up the MLO Entities Pro. We're going to locate that folder where we basically export it out. So we got was in my desktop, in my tutorial, doors, and in here. So here's the Y map. So what do I need first? Says I need to start with the Y type. So selecting the Y type, hit OK. It should now be the same folder. So now we're going to select the int Milo and the manifest as well for the interior shell. We'll then select the folder where we saved the Y map and hit OK. Now for doors, we'll just leave it on limbo because we actually have to attach these to the portals. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave it on limbo. Okay, and then we have an output folder. So what we'll need is we'll need to grab this output folder right here. And let me just close off that one we don't need. Let me move this off to the side because what we will now need to do is we need to start filling out pretty much a template for the doors to allow them to open and close while in game. Okay, so we'll go over and we have the door name and we have the location. So let me just go ahead and type in door. Grab that name here, and we got 3 copies here. So we're gonna go ahead and paste all this information right here with that name. We can go ahead and copy the location and rotation for this, the position and the rotation. Paste that over here. We have some different values in here, whether you want to have the doors to be, if you want to have them unlocked or angled, you can play around with the different parts here. We have that. Now this is the door ID. So each door ID will have to have its own name. So I'm just going to go simplify this with like a 01. Just quickly duplicate this, and then we'll go ahead and just grab the same information. Basically now we're just changing the rotation and everything like that, and we'll go ahead and now name this to like number 2. This is the information you'll need to have part of your what do you call that, your door hash script there for any of the door lock scripts you're using. So this I will show you basically what you need to do. Go ahead and change this to number 3. All right, so I think, yeah, we have the 3 locations here. So let me just name this so I know what door is what. So we're gonna just name this like door 1. I'm just gonna call this over here, and we'll like name this like number 2. Now this is up to you if you want to basically put this information here. It's not necessary, it's just something that I know which door is what, so when I'm going through I can just easily copy that. So now let's start off with the top, and we'll grab all this information right here. We'll copy that, and then we need to now locate the first door. So we need to look at the item to pretty much item type. This is the information we're gonna go ahead and replace. And then we have the second door here as well, and we will then replace this information. So item to item here, replace that, and we'll go further down here as well, and we'll work on our third door. So we'll start with item. No, not this item. Let's go make sure you grab the right item. So this item to this item, we'll do that. So here you can pretty much save that part if you want, and just I'm gonna hit Control A and Control C on that, coming over here to my Y type, I'm gonna replace pretty much everything in here and go ahead and save that. All right, so this part we're not gonna need normally. Now, if it's a door from the game, we'll need to basically replace the manifest. But this is a custom door, so we're not gonna add anything to our manifest at all. So we don't need to put anything in here at all. It should be fine. But if it's a door from the game, you'll have the manifest, and you'll probably want to replace that whole file with whatever it exported out for you. All right, so now what we will need to do is let's go ahead, and we're gonna go on the outside of this house, and we can go ahead and we're going to just close this project, and we're gonna go ahead and now open that project again. Now the door should now appear on the outside. And then if you need to make any small adjustments, you can do the small adjustments in here. Maybe you can see that well inside the game, so you can kind of have a better look inside here. So with this door here, I'm going to just probably move this out a tiny bit. This is more in the middle of the frame, just kind of have a look around the outside. And I'm just going to go around and inspect the other doors and seeing how do they look, right? Again, yeah, you can pretty much do this all inside Codex, so you have to save your Y type afterwards. All right, so that's pretty much it here. Everything is now looking perfect, basically for this MLO shell. So we can go ahead and we will see that there's a star right here for this Y type. That means that that is new, and we're gonna now the star's gone, so we went ahead and saved. Let me just close this project, and then let's open up the project again and double check that those changes that we did stick. So all the door frames still look pretty good from what I can see inside here in Codex, and we'll have to basically now we'll have to test this later on inside the game. All right, so now because we saved this all on our limbo, we're gonna have to now move the numbers that are inside limbo. So we have basically should be 2, 3, and 4, I believe, because 1 should be the actual details, because we attached it. For some reason, it's showing up on limbo. I'm not sure why, but we'll fix that, and we'll figure that out in a second, because 0 should be that. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna now just change this. Let's close this. I don't need that. We're gonna now attach these to our things. But first off, what we're gonna do is that we need to grab like the hash, the name that we're gonna do for the door hashes, right? So we're gonna basically expand the architecture diff there, and we're gonna go down to the ID. All right, and then we can go ahead and we're gonna just close off this for a second. We don't need that, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit new. Maybe yeah, we're gonna hit new. Let me just grab a previous like a door hash project that I was working on. Just kind of so I have making sure that everything's proper there. All right, let me look at this one. Now, some of them I do not have door hashes. Actually, in fact, I have them loaded onto a website for the people. So here we go. Let me see this one. So we got, I think this one is not proper. Let me look at previous one for a second. That's that. Let me look around for a second. We'll check to see if I did anything for the newsstand here. No, I didn't been putting door hashes there because it's either in my Discord for the customers, or also on my website as well, for each location. I think I might have something on the stables. Let me look at this. Okay, yeah. So we'll use this one here. We'll grab some of this information here, and we'll start changing this here. Let me grab a copy of that, paste this over here, and so we're gonna just change this name to. We'll just remove all this information. That's fine. Now I think we had a total of three doors, right? So some information we need to do is we need to grab the entity name, and we'll need to grab that code here as well. Alternatively, you can also use a website I will share with you very soon, but it's totally up to you. We don't need those two anymore. The first part is the hash in itself, twice, with the name twice, along with the coordinates of the that information. So let me just go ahead, and we're going to 1 second. So we got the name, so we're just gonna copy that name for a second. And it's just, I'm gonna replace all this because it's they're all the same door. This extra information we don't need to basically include. We can get rid of some of this stuff because we could probably give it names afterwards if we want to. So just help identifying each door where it's located, basically. So this is for more of the developers that are placing the housing script here. All right, so we gonna basically now grab our position here. So grab that position, and we will replace this here. Got the names. Okay, so now site. Let me show you the sites for the that you can use to grab the hashes here. So we have basically we have this one. I really like this site here, so we call that like door here. It'll give me a code for output, and I can use that. So right now, sometimes it's not the same code, but actually, you know what, let me grab that proper name, because that was not the name I gave it. I think it was like house like door 1. Let me just door come down. So we have, this is the information, the ID right here. So you can go ahead and hit convert. And that number technically should have been the same, but it's fine. Like I normally use the Codex numbers here, and I have no issues with those numbers that are here. I was just looking, just confirm. Was that the number? Let me look. Okay, that's not the number. It's fine. It's up to you if you want to use this site or if you want to use Codex. I mean, Codex is pretty much giving us the hash for this here. So me personally, I like to use Codex. It's quite simple and easy. With that, we basically we're gonna now start changing. So this is hash index number 4. So we're going to just come over here for a second, and we're going to attach the door on the portal for the index 4. So we're gonna just go ahead and locate my thing. So that's the door we'll need to locate. So I'm just gonna come over here to portals, and let me just confirm. Yes, so that's portal number 1. I'm gonna just grab this first little bit here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find that portal. Yeah, so this is the portal that we're gonna attach the number 4 to. So we're gonna go ahead and just like remove that, and then we're gonna add 4. Grab all this here, and then don't forget to close it at the beginning here. So that should be fine. Later on I'll go on to limbo, and I'll remove those from here. All right, so now coming back over inside to that, so we're gonna close this. We're gonna look at this door, and that's index number 3. So we're gonna come back over here into our blender, and we will then look at this portal here. Grab that information. Yeah, so that's 3. Let me just go and open up here. I'm gonna go ahead and find that portal, and that should be the portal. Yep. Again, we're gonna go ahead and we can just put 3 there. That's fine, but don't forget to remove this part right here. Go ahead and copy that whole information and paste that there, and add the close at the beginning. Okay, let me just grab the last door on the back as well, and that's number 2 as well. Go into our blender, swing around and find that. That is the portal. So let me grab that code here, and I will search for that as well. So that should be the one. So we'll do with that with the number 2. Don't forget to just close, open up that. We'll grab a full copy of that, pasting that with, then adding the slash at the beginning. All right, so now we're just gonna go up to limbo, and we can go ahead and remove 2, 3, and 4 because we're not gonna be having on our limbo. And actually, in fact, this should be a 0, but I don't know why. Let me confirm something. Let me look at something. So the room should have been 1. Yeah, just let me attach objects. This should have been 1. And this should have been 0, so we'll go ahead and remove that and change that to 0. Limbo's always 0. So I'm not sure why when it was exported out, it exported out wrong, but that's fine. We have that. It's that should be room 1. Let me just go ahead, and I'm gonna just check something along my way of everything. So we have the details in limbo, so not sure why that's is there, but just keep in mind sometimes you got to keep like pay attention to that kind of stuff there. So go ahead and we can close that, and then it's up to you now. Basically, you can fill out the rest of this template here, and just you can get all that information from our codex itself. So coming back over here, and we can grab this information so we know that this is the position we need to grab here. We have the name already, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab the position of this door. Go ahead and replace that. And just grab, we don't, just close enough something that was open for some reason. And then we can just go ahead and expand open our hash. Place those here. And then we just now have the third door that we need to work on, basically. So grab this hash right here, paste that, and we'll just grab the coordinates for that in a second. Give me a second. All right, so we can just go further down. Now, if you can't find it, it's fine. We just start collapsing things, and you should be able to find it much easier that way if you collapse things. So we're gonna copy that there, and we're gonna go ahead and replace those numbers here as well. So that should be our door hashes. And now it's up to you if you want to like name them however, like so you recognize each door there. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit save as. Coming over to my stream folder and locating the location of that file I was just working on. So inside here, and I will just gonna make sure that this is a MD. We'll rename this from XML to MD. Alright, so that should be in my stream folder. So when I zip this up and give it over to the client there, they'll have this in here. You can put it as a README or a door hash. Okay. Alright, so now that, and let me just close off a project I was just working on. Alright, got a few things I just gotta close off. Okay, now I'm just going to don't forget to come in here and save this just in case. I'm gonna close this off because I no longer need this at this time. And I'm gonna, as my server is restarting, I'm gonna just now hop into the game. I don't need that. I'm just gonna close off a few things here. The other site that you can use is this RDR3 as well. Let me show you basically the difference between the two. I prefer this one right here, the one I'm about to open up. Give me a second, I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know why it's acting like this. So let me load in here. While this is loading, I'll go back. Okay, we open up here. I have this. This is the site I like to use here. So we have this. Say I don't know, like door one, right? We hit convert, right? We have same thing over here, and this one contains lots of ads here, but we're gonna go ahead and paste. So we have the numbers here, which should be also the same numbers over there. However, you're gonna have this little button right here, which is easy to hit copy the clipboard. So both sections are giving you the same information here. It's up to you how you want to do this. Let me just go ahead and resume my ads, refresh this. And that's how I like it. I turn the ads off there. So yeah, we grab the name, and then we paste over here and hash that. So here you'd have to basically like copy that versus over here. you have a quick. All right, let me just go and close this off. All right, so now we're in. We're gonna go and confirm these doors if they're working or not. And then as you can see, we're able to open up this with no issues here. It swings as it should. And we're just gonna confirm over here as well. Just double check. There's no glitching. There's no interference. Everything. If you need to make any adjustments, you can go back inside to Codex and make any small minor adjustments along the way. If it was too high or too low, or the size wasn't proper there. I will just gonna go and I'm gonna test some things in a second. Yeah, so there you go. It's completely closed with no gaps, no issues with that. Just checking a few things, just making sure everything is good. Got the metal here. You can see the flash of the metal. We got glass over here. We got some wood over here. And we got some metal there as well. Got some wood. If that was glass, it should shatter, but we didn't put glass on that here. We got some wood here. You see that that's now outside of the area. I'll fix that afterwards. I think it has to do with AMV. You get all the different types of woods here. All right, so this is pretty much the end of the series. Was number 5. So we will continue on, and we will go into series possibly 6 in a little while. So bear with me. I'm just gonna show these sounds here. I just decided to turn on the sound so you guys can hear it. You can see the, you can hear the creaking and everything like that. Alright, thank you very much, guys, and hope to see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join my Discord, okay? See you for now.